Since the Taliban gained control in August 2021, no country has recognized them as Afghanistan's new government. However, there were others, in Pakistan, who believed that the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan had provided a strategic success to Pakistan by creating a friendly administration in Kabul for the first time in over 20 years. In August of last year, Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan congratulated the Taliban on taking control of Afghanistan. Even publicly endorsed Taliban brutality. Prime Minister Imran Khan declared that the Taliban had broken the chains of slavery, and that Afghanistan had been liberated from the United States slavery. But this friendship did not come as smoothly. After 4 months, the Taliban has begun to challenge Pakistan's troops near the Durand Line. Now, the Pakistani government is concerned about Taliban hostility in the border. It all started in the province of Nangarhar. 8 days ago, the Afghan and Pakistani militaries clashed near the Nangarhar border in Afghanistan. The Taliban demolished the Pakistani military's fence posts. Pakistani forces were observed, pleading with Taliban commanders, who had arrived to demolish the barrier. Pakistani soldiers seemed powerless as they witnessed the Taliban's operations. Clearly, nobody loves Pakistanis in Nangarhar. Before dismantling the barrier, the Pakistani army asked the Taliban commander confer with top authorities. However, the Taliban commander paid no attention and ordered the fencing to be destroyed. On another occasion, there were reports of artillery fire and a visit to the region by a senior Taliban official who stated more delicately that the Taliban were devoted to good neighborliness but would not hesitate to protect itself. According to reports, the Taliban has threatened Pakistan with war if they cross the border. In the previous 2 weeks, there have been 5 similar events. Taliban Defense Ministry spokesman supported the attack along the Durand Line, undermining Pakistan's claims. The Taliban spokesperson stated that the Durand Line problem is still unresolved and that the fence separating the Pashtun community is unacceptable. Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi expressed concern about the Durand Line reports. Qureshi attempted to hide his trails by claiming that certain people are using similar measures to worsen relations between Pakistan and the Taliban. He stated that the matter has been discussed with the Taliban leadership. That's how a recent border clash between Pakistan and Afghanistan looked. On one level, it was a minor issue, in comparison to the shooting that occurs along the line of control. On the other hand, it was extremely serious, considering that Afghanistan's Taliban regime has stated that it will not allow any form of fencing by Pakistan along the Durand Line, issuing a stern warning to Islamabad amid escalating tensions between the neighboring countries over the contentious issue of border fencing. For Islamabad, it's probably back to the drawing board with Taliban 2.0, or a new Islamic State identity, in mind. Issue of the Durand Line. Since Pakistan's birth, in 1947, the Durand Line dispute has exacerbated the fragile Afghan-Pakistani relationship. And Afghanistan was the only country to vote against Pakistan, joining the United Nations in 1947. It was in the 19th century when Afghanistan became a pawn in the so-called Great Game between the Russian and British empires. As Russia seized Central Asian Khanate one after another, and the gradually growing Tsarist Empire came uncomfortably near to the Pamirs of British India's borderland, and to gain control of the important Khyber Pass. In 1893, the British sent diplomat Sir Mortimer Durand to negotiate a boundary deal. The boundary deal was signed between with then Emir of Afghanistan, Abdur Rahman, and British India. The new border, dubbed the Durand Line, divided the Pashtun tribal lands in two. Half of the Pashtun tribal region became part of British India, and the other half remained as part of Afghanistan, which is artificially dividing the Pashtun-dominated regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan. And, as the British prepared to leave India, the Pashtuns rejected the boundaries, and Afghanistan refused to recognize the Durand Line that was established by the British India. Even Afghanistan wanted a modification of the boundary. Also, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, during partition, made a demand of an independent country of the Pashtuns, but the request was denied. Since then, no Afghan authority, including the current Taliban-led administration, has acknowledged the legality of the Durand Line. Periodic clashes and tensions between Pakistani and Afghan security forces along the disputed border had worsened the bilateral relationship, with each side accusing the other of insincerity in combating terrorism. As cross-border tensions peaked in 2017, violent battles near the Chaman border post reportedly killed 13 individuals and injured more than 80 others, the most of whom were Pakistanis. While the Afghan government accused Pakistan of giving safe haven to Afghan Taliban and Haqqani network, and Pakistan accused Afghanistan of sheltering militants. And therefore, Pakistan began erecting a fence on the Durand Line. Now that it is almost finished, the fence has heightened tensions, as Afghans and Pashtuns, on both sides of the border, regard it as an attempt by Pakistan to formalize the border and make their separation permanent.